Have you heard of the lady who manifested winning over 5,000 contests? This lady was called Helene Hadsell, and she was absolutely incredible. I am just finishing reading her book and I've learned so much about her. I really want to share it with you because she is such a good example of how to manifest effectively every single time. So who is Helene Hadsell? So Helen was a housewife. She lived with her husband who worked and also her children, and she wasn't really into anything spiritual or into manifestation until she read a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. You've probably heard of it, maybe even read it. And in this book, she learned that if you believe that you will get something, then you will get it. So she took this very literally and decided to put it straight to the test by entering a contest to see if she could win. And she did end up winning that contest, which proved to her that the concept worked, and she used the same principles to manifest over 5,000 contest wins. And she ended up winning every single contest that she ever entered. So she is the ultimate example of how to manifest effectively. So what kind of things did she win? She won all kinds of stuff. She started off winning small things like toys for her kids, bikes, then she moved on to bigger things like luxury vacations, she won cars, and she even won her dream home, a luxury home in Texas where she lived. And Helen continued to dedicate her time to winning contest after contest until she literally had everything that she could ever want. And at that point, she took a step back and thought, how can I help people to do the same? So then she dedicated the rest of her life to teaching her method, which is called the SPEC method, S-P-E-C. And these letters stand for selecting, projecting, expecting, and collecting. So first of all, you select what you want. And by the way, if you want to learn more about her method and about her lifestyle in general, then go and get her book, The Name It and Claim It Game, which has sold millions of copies, and it's a very, very interesting read. So let's have a look at her method in a bit more detail. Let's start with selecting. Most people are actually pretty good at selecting what they want. Most people who are into manifestation have a pretty good idea about what they want. They know what they don't want, they think the opposite of it, and hey presto, you know what you do want. You select it. Easy. Second step is projecting. What does that mean? That means projecting the future into the present moment, into your imagination. So you imagine that you already have what you want. This is using manifestation techniques, but all of them involve the imagination. And funnily enough, most of us who are into manifestation are actually pretty good at this, because you wouldn't really be watching all these manifestation videos if you haven't tried this method at least once. So most people will understand how to project something by imagining you have it already. And if you don't understand that, I've got plenty of videos that help to explain this. Next, we've got expecting, which I'm going to move on to talking about a bit more in a minute, because this is the area that trips everybody up. And finally, collecting. That just means claiming it, receiving it. So you've been told, here's the thing you wanted, and then all you have to do is reach out your hand and take it. You don't say, oh no, it's okay, I couldn't possibly deprive you of that gift that you're trying to give me. Oh no, it's too much trouble for you. No, you claim it and you say, thank you so much, I'm receiving it. Some people do have a problem with that, but most people, if they want something, they're given it, they take it. So we're very good at 3 out of the 4 steps in Helen's SPEC method. So what lets us down? What is preventing us from actually receiving our manifestation? And this is the 3rd step, which is the expecting. Most people are not good at expecting to actually see the thing that they have imagined that they are going to get. Even though somebody has imagined that they're going to receive something, as soon as they come out of that imaginary thought, that's then replaced with another thought of, oh, I always have the same thing over and over again, or I'm never really going to get that thing that I want. And that has just undone your hard work using your imagination. So what do we do about this? And Helene Hadsell had a very good attitude when it came to this that really motivated me. She had a simple thought that she liked to think, and sometimes she thought it and sometimes she said it out loud, and this single thought really helps you to keep your expectation alive. So what is that thought? The thought is, I wonder when it's going to show up. I wonder when it's going to appear. Simple as that. It sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. She always truly expected her manifestations to show up, and she was always really excited for them to arrive. And when they did arrive, it was no surprise to her because she was expecting them. Her manifestations didn't arrive unannounced. They arrived with expectation, with foreplanning. She often wondered how and when she would be informed that she had won her contests. And it was because of this strong faith and a strong sense of expectation that she got such outstanding results that far exceed anybody else's results that I have ever heard about. And I totally recommend getting the book because it's full of stories and it's such a good read. And when I was reading the book, there was a particular point of the book where I was caught out and I thought, oh, I don't agree with that. But just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean it's not going to work. And I took a step back and I thought, why did that work? And there was actually a very good reason for it. So there was some really interesting advice that Helen gave to her students. When her students were trying to manifest, Helen would tell them to do a particular action every day until they got what they wanted. And this particular action was not necessarily related in any way to the thing that they were trying to manifest. So if they were trying to enter a contest and win a contest, she didn't say to them, enter a contest every single day. She would say to them, go without TV every single day, or exercise every single day, which has got nothing to do with winning the manifestation. And I thought to myself, well, that's not necessary. And Helen herself didn't seem to do that, or at least she didn't talk about doing that anywhere in the book that I remember reading. So I thought, why did she ask her students to do that? And then I thought, that's a very clever thing that she did there. And although she didn't give her reasons for giving this advice, one reason that I can think of is that most people, unlike Helen, who felt completely worthy of her manifestations, and that's why she found them so easy. But most other people don't feel worthy of receiving the thing that they want. So she advises them to do something which is going to make their life a little bit more difficult, a little bit more tricky or hard. In other words, they have to work hard for something, they have to deprive themselves of something, or work hard at something. And what this probably does is it puts people in a state of mind of equal exchange. They've done something to receive the thing that they want, and therefore now they are deserving of the thing that they want. So it's equaled things out. Most people don't feel like they're worthy because things are balanced too much in their favor and they don't feel like they've done anything to deserve it. So once they do something hard, they feel like, now I do deserve this, now I am worthy of this, and now I can believe that I'm truly going to get this manifestation. So that's something that I'm really going to ponder about and wonder if this is something that can really help people in the future. Although it's not necessary, we do what works. We do whatever we need to do to get what we want. And that's why a lot of business owners will say you have to work hard to get good results, because that's when they feel worthy enough to receive them. And if you would like to manifest winning things, winning money, or just receiving money from any random place, then I would love to invite you to join my 30-day Manifest $1,000 challenge. And this is going to pop up on the screen, so click on that video and go and watch that and join the challenge there. Did I mention it's free? I would love it if you would like this video so more people can find it. And now it's your turn to go and put your stamp on the world.